Hello everybody, hey, hi, how you doing? Jay McCain here, coming to you with some more coffee from Teacapistan. I've got my extra wheat coffee, and today we're going to be watching John Canelli, a classic. He just came to get something to eat, so let's get to the good stuff, shall we? Viewer discretion is advised.
You're going to tell me you've never done this before?
No, sir.
So you just woke up this morning and said, I'm going to get involved in an internet conversation with a 14-year-old boy. I'm going to go to his house, strip naked, and walk in with a 12-pack of beer. This was just something you thunk up today.
No, sir. I'm going to talk to him about it online.
John Canelli is a guy who, in an online chat with someone he thought was a young teenage boy, said that he was a teacher at a prestigious high school in Virginia. The chat is graphic. At one point, the decoy said something about, what would be really hot, strip down your underwear in the garage and walk in. Canelli says in the chat, I don't wear underwear. Decoy says something to the effect of, well, come in how you are. And we really didn't think he was going to do it.
Things that are not hot. What? Having a John Canelli strip naked and walk into your house isn't hot?
This is our second investigation, and while we'd seen some surprising things, who's going to walk into a stranger's house naked? Well,
John Canelli. This guy. And then he just sits there. I think what we've got here is a Predator Raw. So they left in a lot of the blank space and silent parts of the show. I always wonder what he's looking at there. It looks like he's looking at... He looks like he's looking at his phone. Doing something on his phone. But it looks like he's praying for his life. Yeah. He does look like he's in a meditative state. He's reaching out to some sort of higher power right now. Dear God. Please let this be true.
could you explain yourself?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Certainly. I'm sorry.
What's going on here?
Your son IM'd me, and he told me to come on over.
He IM'd you.
Yes, sir.
You can sit down. How did he know to IM you?
I don't know, sir, honest.
So he just chose you out of the blue and said, come on over, get naked, and walk into the kitchen.
Well, I sat there talking to him for a little bit, yes.
And what'd you guys talk about?
We were just talking about anything, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 29, sir.
29. And what do you
29. That'd be a rough 29. We find out he's not 29, right?
do for a living?
I drive a school bus.
You drive a school.
And we find out he doesn't drive a school bus, also. Bad lies. If you're gonna make up a lie about what you do for Chris Hansen, don't make it something directly related to school kids.
Yes, sir.
And you thought it was appropriate to walk into the home of a 14-year-old boy who you thought was alone, buck naked.
Buck naked?
What was your plan?
I don't know, sir.
What's your full name?
John Canelli.
And you're a school bus driver or a teacher?
Teacher.
You're a teacher. I'm gonna need to see some ID.
I left that.
Del comes in and grabs the beers. That's hilarious.
I'm gonna need to see some ID.
I'm gonna need to bust open one of these.
I left
cold
that at home,
ones.
so I'm sorry.
I'd like to see some ID. Turned out later that he was neither a teacher nor a bus driver. In fact, he was unemployed and had been for some time. What kind of conduct is this for a high school teacher?
No, sir, I've never done this before.
You're gonna tell me you've never done this before?
No, sir.
So you just woke up this morning and said, I'm going to get involved in an internet conversation with a 14-year-old boy. I'm gonna go to his house, strip naked and walk in with a 12-pack of beer? This was just something you thunk up today.
No, sir. I'm going to talk to him about it online.
Do you see how this looks, John?
Yes, sir.
Let me just see the driver's license.
I'm sorry, sir.
Where did he pull that wallet out from? Do you have it in his prison pocket?
Sorry, he doesn't cut it. What would have happened? What would have happened, John, if I wasn't here?
I probably would have chickened out, sir.
Chickened out. Do you see why that is hard for me to believe?
I do, sir. That is the truth.
You say to him, are you straight, bi, or gay? He says gay. I just don't tell anyone. You say, sweet, I won't, I promise. You say, you are so effing hot, bro. I want to be your boyfriend if you will have me. I'm serious.
I was just chatting. I was just...
Chatting? You're sitting in this kitchen naked, John.
John.
That's a step beyond chatting, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it would be.
I don't want to get you in trouble, bro. I also don't want to get me in trouble either. You knew this was wrong when you walked in.
Yes, sir.
I think I can learn real fast to love you.
Still getting over COVID. John, you're naked. Marvin, you're naked. Yeah.
14 years old. Do you know that it's illegal to have a conversation on the internet with the intent to have sex with a minor?
Yes, sir, I do.
So you came here knowingly violating the law. Kennelly was significant because not only did he admit what he was doing was wrong, he also admits that he knew it was illegal, and he showed up anyway. What do you think should...
Thanks for that profound insight there, Chris Hansen. We don't really get a whole lot of extra from the behind-the-scenes episodes.
What happened to you?
I don't know, sir.
Well, there's something you gotta know. I am not the father of the boy. But I am Chris Hansen of Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators. Anything else you'd like to say to us? We'd like to hear it. If not...
He's just standing there gripping his wallet.
You're free to leave.
Thank you.
You can take the towel to the garage and get dressed.
Please take the camera off of me.
Does he say, get that camera off of me?
Take the towel to the garage and get dressed.
Please take the camera off of me.
Shove that camera down your
He
throat.
sees the cameras.
You
He's
don't
trying to
wanna do
keep the
that.
towel up around him. He's trying to grab his clothes and head out the door, and he gets his underwear on and just beelines to get out of there. If he had just left it at that, you know, Kennelly would have been a memorable character, but what he did the next day just put him over the top.
Made him a fucking legend.
Wait a minute, so let me get this straight. So they're talking about a meeting?
Nobody has ever gone through what that man went through when he got to this house. But now this is just amazing.
This guy
Behind the scenes with Frag.
leaves our house, shirtless, holding most of his clothes. And less than 24 hours later, there he is in a chat room trying to make a date with another young teenage boy. We couldn't believe it, but it was the same screen name, same everything. So the decoy made a date, and they agreed to meet at a nearby fast food restaurant. We move into position, he walks out of the restaurant, and we're there waiting for him. I remember exactly what I said. I have been in television for 24 years.
I just came to get something to eat.
And
Classic. I just came to get something to eat.
I have very...
The incredulous look on his face. Like, I can't believe this is happening. I just came to get something to eat.
very seldom been at a loss for words.
Sir, I just came to
But
get something
I
to
don't
eat.
even know what to ask you first.
He says that as he walks out of the McDonald's with no fast food either.
I just came to get something to eat.
John, we've been through this before. What are you doing? I've got the chat log again. You're chatting up another 13-year-old kid, and you're going to meet him here at McDonald's. You identify yourself. You call yourself Shane this time. You ask him a series of personal sexual questions. Is that appropriate talk to be having with someone you think is a 13-year-old boy?
No.
Last night, you walked into a home naked, hoping to meet a 13-year-old boy. You said you were sorry. It was the first time you'd ever done it. You admitted it was wrong.
Yes, I did.
You left.
Yes, I did, sir.
And within 24 hours, you're back on the internet chatting up another 13-year-old kid.
Do you think you have some sort of internet addiction?
What is going on? What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't have anything to say for myself.
Well, you should say something, don't you think? I mean, what are we to think you're going to do next? Last night, you walked into a house in suburban Washington, naked, with a 12-pack of beer, hoping to meet a 13-year-old boy. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Today, you're on the internet again. You have an inappropriate conversation with a boy you think is 13, and you set up a meeting here at this fast food restaurant. What was your intention?
Say it with me. I just came to get something to eat. I want a McChicken. Something off the dollar menu that existed back then. Back before inflation killed everything.
I don't know.
Don't you think you need some help?
I'm seeing a psychiatrist.
Do you see why I was skeptical last night when you said...
Can you get those?
No, I can't, John. I can't do that. That's their job, is to record video and audio. Now, you put yourself in this position, so don't get tough with that. Do you see why I was skeptical last night when you said it was the very first time you'd ever done something like that?
It was, though.
Oh, how can I believe that? And how do we know that you're not going to go out tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day and do this again?
I promise you I won't.
You see something so extreme, a guy...
Well, I'll promise you I won't. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, you didn't say I promise.
show up naked and then come back the next day. You realize and you get a better understanding of how strong these addictions, these compulsions can be. And they develop online. First, perhaps porn sites, chat rooms. But ultimately, that isn't enough to satisfy some of these guys. And that's when you see them, I think, take these extreme measures and risk so much.
I'm out of coffee. I need more coffee.
To actually have a face-to-face meeting. What are you going to do?
I'm going to call my psychiatrist.
How long have you been seeing a psychiatrist?
A little over a year.
A little over a year? And why were you seeing him?
Because I had a family breakdown.
Meaning what exactly?
I had a death in my family, and I never handled it well.
And is that what you attribute this sort of behavior to?
I'm guessing, yeah.
That sounds like it.
But it's not though.
What happens if you really
Sounds
did
like
meet a
a cop-out.
13-year-old boy? What happens?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's illegal to have a talk on the internet with a minor with intent to have sex with that minor. You've done it twice in 2 days that we know of. That's a federal offense. You can go to prison for it. Do you know that?
Yes.
Then why do you do it?
That I need help, and that's what I'm seeing a psychiatrist for.
And you're going to find help here at McDonald's?
No.
You're going to find help from a 13-year-old?
My psychiatrist happens to be Grimace, Chris Hansen. So yes, I was gonna find help in that McDonald's.
Boy?
No.
Experts in the field, after hearing all this, are going to likely suggest that last night wasn't your first time and today isn't your second time, that you've been doing this for a very long time, John.
No, I haven't.
Do you understand why that's hard for me to believe? I mean, is there any reason for us to think that you won't just go ahead and do this again tomorrow?
I got 2 appointments with my psychiatrist tomorrow.
What about today? You don't seem that busy today.
That's why I'm going to go home and call him.
You consider yourself a predator.
I don't know.
You don't know. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
And he walks off, shoes untied.
Predator shoes untied. Walks off into the sunset. Oh, the days before Cops On to catch a predator.
Gets into his pickup truck and drives off. And I'm thinking, I just can't believe what I've just seen. When we started these investigations, you know, the goal was to understand.
It would have been great if John Kennelly had showed up at like every subsequent investigation. Bowling Green, he's there. Murphy, Texas, he's there. Riverside, California, of course, John Kennelly shows up. If he was just caught up in every single sting from this point out.
And what goes on in these guys' minds that makes them think it's okay to show up at a house where a young teen is alone and try to have a sexual relationship. After you talk to a guy like Kennelly, you have a better understanding of the addictive nature of the internet and of the compulsion some of these guys develop. But it also makes you wonder how you deal with a guy like that. And so while it answers some questions, it often raises more.
It's quite the conundrum, isn't it, Chris Hansen? What is this? Oh, highlight reel. So they did get him. They did eventually get him. 2 years in prison, 3 years probation. He never served time because the judge suspended his sentence. Oh. Well, I guess he didn't recommit. Otherwise, he would have gone to jail. Recommit, that is. They did catch him twice. Alright, that's the Ballad of John Kennelly. The Naked Predator. One of 2 naked predators. Marvin, you're naked. So that's gonna do it for the video. Thanks everyone for watching. If you made it all the way through, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment. Tell me how you're doing. All that good stuff. Until next time, I've been Jay McCain. Mind, body, spirit, harmonious resonance. Be where your feet are. Strive to be no one, nowhere. And of course, as always, stay water, my friends.